There have been many environmental catastrophes throughout history, but very few can match the one that began in China in 1958. The People's Republic of China's founder, Mao Zedong, declared that year that his nation could live without pests like sparrows. Along with other policies he implemented, the effects of this bad choice led to a cascade of devastation. As many as 45 million people were dead 3 years later. How did this take place? 9 years after the Chinese Communist Party assumed control, it all began. In that same year, Zedong launched the Great Leap Forward, a gigantic social and economic initiative that, among other things, made farming a communal, state-sponsored endeavor. As China transitioned to a communist government, private, individual farming was outlawed. Following the collectivization of agriculture, one of Zedong's first moves was undoubtedly taken to safeguard the farms. He was informed that sparrows consume a lot of grain seeds, so Zedong gave the order for everyone to go out and kill every sparrow. Hundreds of millions of sparrows were murdered during the so-called Great Sparrow Campaign, primarily as a result of people chasing the birds until they became so exhausted that they fell from the sky. The effort was a component of the larger Four Pests campaign, which also focused on rats, flies, and mosquitoes with the goal of enhancing human hygiene. In 1960, the Great Sparrow campaign's flaws became clear. It seems that the sparrows consumed more than just grain seeds. They consumed bugs as well. Insect populations soared since there were no birds to regulate them. Particularly locusts invaded the nation, devouring all they could find, including crops meant for human sustenance. On the other side, food suddenly became scarce, resulting in the starvation of millions of people. The official estimate from the Chinese government is 15 million, though actual numbers do fluctuate. However, other academics believe that the number of fatalities may have reached 45 or even 78 million. Yang Jisheng, a Chinese journalist who documented the famine in his book, Tombstone, pegs the death toll at 36 million. China has banned this book, but it was released in the United States in 2018. However, the crowd did not collapse effortlessly or fast. In 2012, Yang told NPR that documents show several thousand occasions where people ate other people. The parents ate the children. And in some cases, children ate their parents. The behavior was so appalling, with thousands of people being killed for food or for speaking out against the government, that more than 50 years later, the subject of what is now known as the Great Famine is still taboo in China. The majority of those deaths were avoidable, which is maybe the most heartbreaking element. Large grain storage facilities stored enough food to supply the entire country even if the fields were empty, but the government never distributed it. The starvation, murders, and deaths were caused by a number of factors in addition to the sparrow deaths. One notable event in 1960 was a severe drought. Another was that the central government introduced new agricultural methods that were a total failure. The communist government, which either prevented the grain from being supplied to those in need, out of policy or by the selfish actions of various officials, was the root of the issue. Additionally, the government officials viciously, ruthlessly, and sadistically imprisoned, beat, and hunted down anyone who seemed to raise an objection. China has consistently downplayed the origins and consequences of the Great Famine, which is still formally referred to as the 3 years of difficult period, or 3 years of natural disasters. Yang told The Guardian that at least officially, the whole truth might never be revealed in mainland China. People find it difficult to comprehend the savagery of that era, because society, the party, and everything else have all improved. However, the information is leaking. Yang told NPR that he doesn't care if the book and its electronic version have been pirated in China. All of our history is made up. It has been hidden. He said that a nation can't move forward if it can't face its past.